Greetings and welcome to the next day of winter. Now, if you'll recall, our character did not get much sleep, which is to say, any at all. And it got us back to drop some things off and discovered a thing that was a future issue that I knew was coming, but I didn't realize it was going to be coming this quick, which was that our resource storage is at capacity. Well, that's a big problem that needs to be cured real fast. So I gathered up some items here for crafting up, since right now we have a lot of manure sitting in the general storage. I'm going to have our character make that into fertilizer so that we have that set. And next thing we're going to do is make some animal feed, since we just ran out of animal feed. You can see that in the upper left hand corner. We'll build as much as we can and get away with what we've got for now. I still need to finish up the torch and the log. When I wandered back home, you saw the wolves get attacked. I tried to go home along the route that takes me past boars, but there were no boars on the way back, so I did not get fortunate enough to do that. And of course, on the way back, I did end up getting 2 crows, and the 2 shots were actually quite nice. I was very happy with my results. I got 1 crow, and it was far enough away from the other crow that it doesn't spook them and force the other one to fly off. So I was able to get 2 in a very short time frame while wandering. With getting the animal feed done here and getting the manure set and the fertilizer set, we'll be a little closer to what we need to have. We do have to make the next resource storage. Now, the next resource storage, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, this was convenient timing for me to be able to have to make this storage, since if you're thinking about making a new village, well, the resource storage is the first thing you build. And obviously that's something that Graham had commented about, which is that you build the resource storage because it shares and it allows you to kind of, I love it because it teleports resources from one town to another. And that's super handy, since you don't want to have to carry everything from one location to another, especially since I don't have a donkey. With that, we're going to build this resource storage. That should be priority 1, since at this point my workers, as they're doing their duty, are going to run out of spaces to store things, and that's a huge problem that I cannot have. Our workers should already be working right now, which means that I'm also going a little under my needs right now. What I mean by that is that I really need to be sure that I get things in the resource storage as quick as possible, because they are not... There we go. The animal feed, that's good enough, and it's okay because it's full and I want some of this stuff to be stuck in my inventory for a bit. That's okay. Partly because I'm about to steal a bunch of logs, which will definitely clear up some inventory space. There we are. Get rid of that, and now that should take care of our animal feed issue. In the event that all of... Okay, it didn't. In the event that all of the animal feed went to only one of the places that animal feed is required, I wanted to be sure that I didn't put all of the feed in right away, just in case I had to walk that feed over to, say, the goose hut specifically, in case that didn't get all the resources. I wasn't sure how the game distributed, if it distributes evenly, which by the look of it, it does, or if it just goes, the first one you built was the pigsty, here you go. There we go, let's build this thing up. And we'll get our resource storage online as fast as possible, since we do have a fairly major issue if we cannot keep gaining resources. And again, the best thing about Builder's Trance is the speed at which this allows us to craft these places. And with the resource storage number 2, one of the issues with it is that it requires so darn many logs. Now, I've had workers who are being lumberjacks for many a season so far. That has allowed us to gain a huge stockpile of logs, which will make this much easier. And while I'm sitting here, I'm starting to become very cognizant of how many times I say the word "and." Just became aware of that in that moment. I hope you don't mind. I realize now how many times I must have said that in the previous video. My apologies for the ands and the ands and the ands. Getting back in the swing of things after a little break from recording. Log, log, log. We will need lots and lots of logs. And we have, well, yeah, it looks like we have a large amount, planks. Planks. Now we're going to lose Builder's Trance now if I don't be a little more aware of how quickly I'm moving. Do I have a stamina potion? Let's do that. Potion of instant healing. I don't need it just yet. There we go. We're going to get our character there as fast as possible because we are going to lose our Builder's Trance number 3. Ooh, we're just going to lose it. Then in that case, we're just going to gain our stamina back, gain the Builder's Trance after we will build these. That'll take 6, this will take 5. It'll go faster if I go with the 5s before the 6. Because it's all based on numbers, that's it. There we go. Now we're at level 2. That should go fairly quick. There we are, maxed out again. There will be a need to gain more planks. Swing and a miss. There's looking like only one more wall to go. 3 more logs. And many more planks. I'm going to get down to the edge with that one. There we go, we'll get down to the edge with that one. We'll have 1 to go, so I'm going to strike it so that we have it timed maximum. We'll head back. I need 3 more logs. A collection of planks. That'll finish out everything we need to do here. I said 3 more logs. So let's make sure we do just the amount we need. I did not count out the number of planks though. That was silly. It'll be alright. Will this be an okay place for our resource storage? Yes. Oh, 3 more logs. Should have thought about the fact that I will need yet another hammer. That being the case, we'll get 1 more. We need 3 more logs. Yeah, that's alright. We won't need Builder's Trance now that there's only 1 log left to go. We do need to bring some logs back to town. However, I'm not going to stress about that one just because we will get the logs when we're in town. Well, if we only need 1 more log, I'll take 2 in case of need of building something. We will have this set. Bam. Done. Resource storage number 2 complete. With that, the next thing we really needed was the... Ooh, we are very low on sticks. Sticks and leather, I think, is going to be our current problem. I believe what we'll do is we'll make as many torches as we can from our own stock, and then I'm just going to buy them in town. Though that being the case, it may be worthwhile for me to think about having... Ooh. He's placing the inventory goods here. That is not where I want him placing those goods. That is unfortunate. We don't have anybody fishing yet though, so it's not a big deal, and nobody's working those spaces, so we will survive. With that, copper hammer is in the inventory, no copper there. We have a lot of copper ore, that's great. Firewood is low, and that's a thing worth taking care of right now. Let's make some more firewood before we head out. Once the firewood is done, the next step will be sticks, making torches. 12 torches is going to be a lot for us since I believe it said it required 2 leather per torch. I tell you, it's interesting. Some things require a lot of resources and some require very little. Simple bags before were 3, which was a lot. Now it's only 1, which is very little. Torches require 2 leather and 2 sticks, which the sticks is nothing, but the leather is actually a lot considering. It's not, you know, you think about a small bag in comparison to the torch. It makes some sense, but still. And now we're almost done making all the firewood. Our character has not needed the gloves yet, which is handy. Getting the rest of the leather wouldn't be too bad. I'll stop there, because I can do a lot of this stuff off camera. 60 wood is plenty. Let's get that stuff out of there. We aren't going to need to carry this around. It's okay to have some stones sitting in here. We aren't going to need the straw now. Wheat grain we're going to take up and we're going to get some flour out of it. I think it's okay to leave these things behind. You may have noticed in the previous one that I was carrying around those bowls and plates. That was a moment where I could have noticed that our storage was full. But I did not. I was way too busy just doing stuff. Wheat grain, I think I can get away with more than that. I have 180 wheat. That'll be okay. So 50 for that. Not enough sticks to get by. We have some copper to smelt, and then we'll make some copper knives. They sell well. Although, honestly, copper hammers might be the better way to go. Technology, again, is kind of the idea. Getting more tech is great. It's not a huge number of points, but it's still a big deal to get more tech quicker. Stick-wise, we're going to need a lot for our torches. Not as much for the knives and not as much for the hammers, but a lot for the knives, it turns out. I may also just keep a copper knife on hand, just because these stone knives do wear out very fast. There was one of our people wandering down the roadway. I thought about building this way, and I talked about that in the last video. Again, it'd be interesting, but then we keep butting up against things like that broken down tavern over there, which is interesting and neat, but also just a thing you can't get rid of. So if I ever looked at it and said, I don't want this broken down thing in the middle of my village, well, you don't get a choice there. That's going to be there for good. Alright, we have a lot of sticks now. Onward and outward bound we'll go. This will probably be another really fast day given how far we are already into the day. Winter has been productive. We already have a wife. We have started some quests that we need to finish up. We're getting somewhere with that. Do we build torches here? We do. Yeah, that's unfortunate. 2 leather per torch. That's going to make these quite expensive. The rest, I believe, it'll be just a let's buy it in town thing. I'm probably going to discover that torches really don't cost much and that this was way better off handled just by buying them in town. That's my guess as to what we'll discover. I do get a kick out of our Lobos quest, and I do get a kick out of the fact that our friend Derwin has an interesting past. He was a member of an assassin squad. Or I suppose we don't have to call him an assassin per se, but someone who takes care of business in the shadier businesses that people don't want to have to deal with. These sticks, we are going to leave a few of them here, since I do want to make sure that they can craft a bunch. And next is the copper. I need you to free up the workstation. We're going to gain some of this copper ore. We'll be able to make 15, no, we'll be able to make half of that. We'll be able to make 7 hammers and sell them. The only problem with making hammers, obviously, is it takes more time. More time than the others. Now, I should have plenty of... I wonder, I should have plenty of feathers on hand. The arrows don't gain as much for technology, if I remember right. But I'm pretty confident that the arrows will actually sell for better than the knives and the hammers. Let's check what we're doing for feathers. It might just be worth doing that. Oops, 2 resources. 200 feathers, yeah, I'd say we're good. Let's take a ton of them. Do they sell for a lot? No. But are we going to gain more? Yeah, lots more. Lots and lots more. One of the problems here is now we're low on sticks again. Okay, we'll get a few more arrows in the inventory space. And from here we can just build the rest of the hammers. Now, the boars are out there waiting to be hunted. The foxes are waiting for us to get them. And I believe we don't have too many to go on the foxes. I'm pretty sure it's just 1 more fox. Boars, a long way to go. I only got 2 of them. Well, I say a long way to go, but I think there were only 4 to get, which means we're really not that far to go. I shouldn't need to put anything back here, so let's just get rolling. Get out on the town, get out questing. Great thing about boars is that I have boars right next door, right up over this hill. We'll be able to finish that quest right quick. Foxes are to the east of Piaslovia, which is handy, since we can head in on the eastern side of Piaslovia and not even think about a thing. Let's get our first boar. Got it. And that'll be the end of that. Okay, that's the end of that. Well, do we need to get all 3 of these? No, but we do need the... Oh! That was a low hit to the leg. Oops, getting too panicked. Shouldn't worry too much. I mean, it's just a boar charging me. Okay, well, we got all 4 boars from the quest in one area. Not that we needed to get all of them in this area alone. Broken stone. Telling you. Yeah, you're onto something here, man. We're not going to be doing stone knives anymore after this. They do break way too quick. I don't recall them breaking quite as fast in the past, so maybe my justification for these stone knives is based upon past durability and that I'm just not seeing that they're so weak now. They're done. We will switch over to better knives in time here. Looking forward to getting more tech unlocked so we can start building bronze tools. The bronze tools will make a huge difference. As well, it will make a big difference in the sense that they sell for much better. So bronze knives will be the future for us. One more boar to go. Looks like I had a wild shot where they're back in the past. We'll go over there and get that. Head back to town, get some crows on the way back in. 5 leather. Probably just finish off building all the torches while I'm here. Not have to think about going into town to do it. We do need a lot of sticks. Here we are in a good location to gather a lot of sticks. Getting those boars is helpful. Takes care of some meat needs. I think we'll have our characters in here in town switch over to making pottage, since we have a lot of that to go. Well, production-wise, in the kitchen, meat with gravy. Oh, no, I thought I already switched this over. There you go. See, this is why one must always check what you're doing. I thought I had already switched this over. So in my mind, I had a checklist of things that I wanted to do for my characters, and I thought in the previous morning before I started, I thought I had already switched this over so that when I switched to the kitchen, we'd be good to go. That's a silly mistake to make. That'll be all right. We have a lot of meat, and it goes 3 per. I want to do just a little bit of roasted meat. I don't need a lot. Just enough to have some on hand. So when we get to the next season, we can have them making meat with gravy. With the sticks, we're going to make our torches. We're also going to finish out the quest lines on the way into town. Boy, the day is almost done already. How wild, how fast it goes. 10 torches, I already have 7. Only need 5 more, and I don't want to go out of my way to make too many. I will want to make just enough, since this isn't going to pay off for us overall. I did look into the rye grain that I have on hand, and it's not going to be worth me giving any of them to the quest. It would be worth it if I had a large stock still sitting on hand, but since we planted so many and I made food out of them, it's not necessary now. Keep the copper bar there. 180 feathers, we're going to sell them. The leather, the meat, we will definitely be dropping off. Sticks, I'm going to gather sticks on the way back into town. Oh, the stone knife, wow, it does degrade fast. That's impressive. Yeah, there you go. Good call on the knives. Yeah, that's way too quick. I mean, it's already at 25%. That's bonkers. No need to keep those on hand. So let's run back into town and deliver these quests. Time to get some food. Get some meat with gravy. Let's be fancy. We haven't let our character have anything great. Alright. Now it's time to get a fast move on here. Since we want to finish our questing, we want to actually get into town at a decent amount of time. Although when I say decent amount of time, I mean it's heading up till evening here. We'll get rolling here. maybe make some money on the way back in. I'm gonna need that there, buddy. Flour. Unlock that one. That's, oops, shoot. Pay attention to what you're doing, friend, right? So now this costs me 6 wheat grain for, okay, so it's a 2 to 1 is what it comes down to. Every single grain turns into 2 flour. We'll go for it. We'll make a bunch of flour. Alrighty, onward to town. We've already taken out the boars, so we do not need to think about boars anymore. No boars, no mores. Crows, yes. And crows should be up in this area here. Usually see some at this portion here, or just past the rock. Badger. Get the sticks on the way back in. We do need sticks. Looks like there are no crows this time in front of here. More badgers. Unfortunate, no crows this time. We will see more crows as we head into town. We no longer need the leather, that's handy. We did not get as much traveling in as I was hoping. We did see some of the area, but not as much as I was really hoping. So I want to make this next day a big day for travel. I do kind of want to search out the area and see if there's anything worth building on. And I know there are other videos out there. I could be watching other people's stuff to find a good place, and I do love, people are making great content out there, and I love being inspired by them. I try not to watch too much about areas because I want to figure a lot of it out for myself. But it is fun to also see what other ideas people have. Pigeon. I thought it might have been a crow. There was a part of me that was just like, you know, don't miss an opportunity. But also fully aware that that's a pigeon and you know it. Oh well, it gives us a few more feathers. And it gets us a little more revenge on the pigeons. We won't let any pigeon be free from my arrows. Let no pigeon be safe. They're so dangerous, you know. Ah, the townsfolk. They love me. They know that I am the one who can take the pigeons out for them. Your houses will be poop-free. Maybe not. Pigeons are going to be way faster breeders than I can ever keep up with. There we are. Those are definitely crows. Now the two here, I can get one of them. Oops, I thought the one in the distance would not spook. That's not true. But this one over here will not spook. Oh, darn. Okay, one down. How many crows to go? I think we're only halfway there. So more crows to go. Let's find out. Yeah, 3 to go. And the foxes. Oh, I still have 2 to go. Boars are good. Well, fine. That's something that can be cured right now. When we go to the east, there are foxes east of Piastlovia. Also wolves, it turns out. But we made short work of them. That's a pigeon. Not going for pigeons right now. We have no need for pidgeys. Now, I already did kill foxes in this area, which means it would have surprised me. See one more, but I'll take it. I will say, having the better bow is just so much nicer. So much nicer. Now I can actually make decent shots. And now I feel like I have some talent with it. And not, you know, just wildly slinging arrows off into the distance, hoping for the best. It's going to be hard to find a fox in this area at this point, since I've already taken out 2. I think I've already taken out 2 in this area alone. Yeah, I don't really think that we have much luck finding foxes in this area, and I've already taken out the wolves here. I believe it would probably be wisest to go up to this region here if I was actually hoping to get a wolf. I'm sorry, a fox. Hmm. There are crows behind us, though. Perhaps we can finish that quest line out. I'd like to turn in at least a couple. Have this done. I hear crows. Nothing as of yet in the sights. Are you kidding me? Are we lucky? Yes, we are. Okay. Let's get this shot lined up. There we are. Perfect. Ooh, that was a little ahead. Honestly, I probably didn't need to do that. It was probably going to bleed out on the way in. On the way toward me. But, oh well. It finishes things out. That's the end of the fox quest. Take this arrow. Now, can we get away with getting the crows on the way back in? I thought that we were supposed to have crows in this region. Yes, it does say crows should be over this way. I do hear pidgeys. Pidgeys are a distraction at this point. There we are. There we go. You have to get the wiggle down. Oh, there's a lot in the area. If I go for this one on the far side, there's a chance that the other ones won't get spooked. Not a big enough chance, though, it turns out. Oh well, got one. And I bet you our stone knife will be done after this, right? Broken stone knife. You know it. Alright, we need more sticks as we finish this quest line out. Yeah, no more stone knives. It's done. Getting back into town, I think I can still sell stuff to the innkeeper at this time of night, or this time of evening. It is getting late though, so it is worth noting that we have to wrap this up. Yeah, I'd like to have gotten that last crow. I do believe I'm only one away. Let's see if any of them come in for a landing. That one's going to be circling around a bit. Let's go over here. Those are definitely pigeons. Yeah, these are definitely pigeons. Let's see here. Do I get lucky in that there's a crow that happened to have landed in this area? I have seen crows here before. I've also seen pigeons here before. Let's head back this way. We can get one of those crows to be landed in this area since it's one of their zones. It was flying before. There we are. This is for all the beans. There we are. No more crow. Say no to crow. Alright, that's it. We've gotten our questing done. We will need some trees. Obviously. Nope. So close. Now we just need the other items. Which means 3 trees. 3 birch trees will do it. Let's get our 3 birch trees. Do I have my stone axe? Yes, I put it at 7. Alrighty, we'll switch to the stone axe because these last 2 hits do not have any relevance towards making it faster. In other words, it's always 2 chops to make a log from a felled tree. So it's not worth wasting a good axe on something like that. This iron axe, yeah, it only takes a small amount away. That's true. But it is a longer lasting tool and a better tool because it takes less swings to drop a tree. And it lasts longer, and I don't want to waste that iron axe on the 2 chops that it takes to just make logs from a felled tree. Now to head in there and get the Derwin. It would be extra convenient just to get a little bit of money from selling. We'll see if we can sell to the innkeep while we're here.
How do you do?
Actually, let's just sell to you. It's not really a big deal. I just want to sell stuff. Do I want to sell some of the copper arrows? It's 116 gold. I'll take it. There we are. Now for flour, I'm getting 4.8 for selling 2, and the wheat grain it's 2 to 1. So that was 4.8 for that. And it's only 3 for that. So yeah, it is way more efficient. And thank you for pointing that out. It is way more efficient to sell flour. Oh, I carried all the meat this whole time? Silly, silly fool. Alrighty, and then the wheat grain we will keep. There's no reason not to. I have tons of wooden plates. You can have them. That's, I believe, it. We should be good. Poison and copper bolt is not functionally important for us. Does he have anything I care about? Not at all.
Best goods in the goodbye.
Alright, thanks, buddy. Greetings, sir. Chronote, done.
How do you do?
Witchcraft? Nah.
Have a nice day.
Taking care of things, and boxes. Chickens will be safe. And lastly, the troublesome boars. Yeah, that's how you quest, buddy. Now do we have money? Yes. We have tons of money. We're sitting on 2,489, or yeah, 2,489, and some coppers to spare. That's going to be nice. We're in a great spot. With that being the case, have we finished everything we need to know? No. I do need to finish this quest, and that will be... This is the next most important thing we can do. So where do we have to go? Oh, goodness, where is the next place we have to go? I don't even see it highlighted. It seems to indicate that we need to go to the town down there. With that, we are going to head home and our character actually get rest for once. Let's see here. The one thing I could use is a solid fisherman so that we can have a good hunter-gatherer going on. We can see what's going on here with our peoples. Is anybody awesome at fishing? Ouch. Ouch. Alright, out. We're out of here. Okay. That being the case, we're just going to head back. This is a quick one. Not a ton going on in this one. Thanks for joining me for this one. I appreciate having you all here. Hope you enjoy these episodes. And I do appreciate you being a part of this. And again, thank you to all those who contribute to gaining advice to everybody who's a part of this. And thanks for being a part of this channel as it grows. I really hope that it does expand over time, and I'm looking forward to adding some other games in on this. I'll get back into Sengoku as well. I have to get to episode 3 there and continue out that series. So, thanks for taking the time to join me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.